Is Obama an imperial president? Is he becoming a dictator? And of course, that is stating the obvious in the form of a question. And then they go on to say, well, but the Democrats want him to push even more, so that makes it kind of okay. It's what he's got to do. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. And then Senator Ted Cruz went on Face the Nation, and it's the job of the squirrely reporter on there, Emperor Palpatine, that was interviewing Ted Cruz, to act like it's bizarre and weird to criticize Obama, and that it's Ted Cruz who's hurting the economy because he shut the government down for a couple days, trying to have a debate about the fact that we're going to go completely bankrupt. But remember, Obama came out and said, oh, no, raising the debt ceiling does not raise the debt. That's a quote, by the way. And if you have your doctor, you can keep your doctor. But it got worse. You wonder why no one in the controlled media will criticize Obama, that is a dictator for all intents and purposes. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's becoming a 7. And they pretty much always go to a 10 from that point. I think that's what I'm trying to get at here is the bottom has fallen out. And people are about to find out what dictatorship means. It means special interests that run the government literally can do anything they want, and they will. They will, historically. And stability will go completely out the window. Even if you don't care about morality or liberty or freedom, or you think the general public's dumb and doesn't deserve it, hey, it doesn't matter. Those checks and balances protect everybody. And every time you end up getting a tyranny, stuff gets real nasty real quick. Even for the people that serve the system, they tend to go in and out of favor, like changing styles and fads, and purges become basically like holiday events. So Christian Science Monitor says, is Barack Obama an imperial president? President Obama's use of executive action to get around congressional gridlock is unparalleled in modern times. Some scholars say, no, it's unparalleled. They act like it's some academic thing they're discussing. But the article continues, liberal activists, they're not liberals, they're authoritarians, but members of the authoritarian criminal group taking over, that's what it should say if it was being honest, but members of the criminal group posing as liberals taking over says that the Fuhrer is not doing enough. That should be translated. But is Barack Obama an imperial president? Again, did Hitler have a small mustache under his nose? President Obama's use of executive action to get around congressional gridlock, see how that spins it? Oh, it's getting around the problems. Is unparalleled in modern times. Some scholars say, but to liberal activists, he's not going far enough. Should read, President Obama cements the presidency as a dictatorial position. His use of executive actions across the board is completing America's journey into total tyranny. And many of his supporters want him to seize full control and arrest their political enemies. That should be the headline. And, of course, that is now happening with Dinesh D'Souza, Governor McDonald, and others. And I saw sniveling establishment publications making fun of me over the weekend that I dared point out that the stuff that Dinesh D'Souza and others are alleged to have done is the equivalent of having a crooked toenail while the judge sitting over you, Eric Holder, is chopping up children with a meat cleaver. And then we have Mr. O'Keefe joining us from Project Veritas. They are amongst the people being subpoenaed and basically prepared to be indicted, looks like to me, by the gangster that runs New York State, Mr. Cuomo, who said last week gun owners and pro-lifers are, quote, not welcome in New York. We don't have those type of people here. An open tyrant bully saying, we want your tax money, but keep your mouth shut. They only make announcements like that before open persecution. He is a bully thug and must be met head on. Just like Bloomberg is saying it'll be national suicide if we don't have open borders, and that America's immigration is insane. We have the most open borders, get ready for this, in the world, according to every study that's out there. Look it up. It is easier to get into the United States, and look, it wouldn't be an issue if the immigrants came here and weren't organized into socialist brigades to vote for gun control and socialism and total tyranny. And Senator Sessions is pointing out studies in an article today that it drives down wages. No kidding. That's why we've got the working class now on average on food stamps while working 2 jobs. Just where the government wants you. Working 12 hours a day and having to be on food stamps. And your health prices double, tripling, quadrupling. And now you've got to go out and get it. You can't just go to the hospital, the emergency room when you're in an emergency like you could before. I mean, this is incredible. This is the death of this country. And watch, they're probably going to pass the end of the borders. Obama's already doing it with executive action. And just remember, as things get worse and worse, and you're going to look up in 10 years, we're going to look like Mexico City. There's going to be nowhere to run. And the elite are all going to be living off in Switzerland, who has total control over their borders. Just remember what you asked for. Because, you know, Elysium, you know, Matt Damon, I mean, it's mean if you don't let the 50 billion people onto the space station that can hold 100,000. You know, if you don't let 500 people in the lifeboat that holds 20, I mean, we've got to sink the whole boat. We don't want to actually try to build up the third world. No, no, no. Let's keep them in squalor and then export the poverty, the corruption, the tyranny here. And that's what's happening. It's economic weapon of warfare and a cultural weapon. And in a world where people love fads and the surface and feeling like they're winners when they're actually losers, this will be the final blow to the ongoing degradation of this country. I mean, we're not even a nation. We're part of the North American Union with wide open borders. And a president that will legalize by fiat whoever he wants. I mean, that is simply sensational. Hey, maybe I can run to Venezuela. Oh, I'm sorry, Financial Times of London. Venezuela grapples with 56% inflation. Oh, it's great to be under a communist system. Oh, communism doesn't exist. I'm sorry, socialist, even though they say they're communist. Symbols are powerful, and the globalists have hijacked the symbols of America. They've turned them into their own symbols. Well, we are restoring the idea of the true republic, not the counterfeit globalist empire, by promoting the icon George Washington and others. That's why we're rolling out an 100% made in America line of incredible pro-liberty apparel. We are repopularizing liberty. We are helping fellow Americans rediscover what made this country great. We are the spirit of 1776. We are 1776 worldwide. We are all brothers and sisters in arms in the animating contest of liberty in the long march towards humanity's ultimate destiny of freedom. Visit madein1776.com today and vote with your dollars to promote truly made in America, high-quality products, and promote the ideals of liberty.
Now you can watch the InfoWars Nightly News streaming live as it happens for free.
Check it out at infowars.com/show.
See the rest of the Alex Jones Show at our sister channel, The Info Warrior, or become a member of PrisonPlanet.tv and help us take the message of freedom and liberty to the next level. Thanks for watching. Spread this information far and wide, and please subscribe to this channel.